Hi, I am getting ready today to do some planting in my garden. It's April here in Northeast Ohio, and I am doing a transition with my garden that was a vegetable garden last year. And I'm gonna pretty much turn it into a flower garden this year with lots of perennials. So I have a few that I picked up this weekend, and I am going to show you what it looks like down in the garden. It's kind of a mess right now. So we'll see if these make it a little bit brighter. Here's what we have. I picked up a couple of different varieties of phlox to add to what I already have in the garden. I also picked up some lavender. It's a nice full plant. These are a couple of leftover dianthus that are little itty bitty teeny tiny dianthus that I did from a little flower pot. This is a variety of sedum. This one I've never had before. It's called liatris spicata, I guess. And then the last one that I have is larkspur. So again, another new one for me. So we're gonna take this, head down to the garden. I have this cool, helpful tool. Just hooks right onto my drill, and it makes it nice for me to be able to plant things easier. And of course, my gardening gloves, a little trowel, and my shovel. So let's go. So this is what springtime looks like here in Northeast Ohio. This whole fenced-in area last year I had as garden, vegetable garden with some flowers in it. And this year it's more likely going to be a flower garden with some vegetables in it. So this garden off to the side here with a darker colored mulch, that was all flowers last year. And they have really taken over that entire bed. If you look over here, there's tons and tons of starts that are already coming up. And I've transplanted some of them to the garden, but not a ton. So we have these are our butterfly bushes, and then these next to it over here, this is I believe this is a coreopsis. Then these fuzzy ones over here where there's tons and tons of these starts, that's all BlackEyed Susans. These right here will be a crazy daisy, and then a variety of all different ones. As you can see here, we have our septic tank area here, and when this is in full bloom, it's very well hidden from view from our home. So that's why I did that the way that I did, because I just don't like how it looks when you can see all of it. So I hid it a little bit more. But as you can see down here, there's tons and tons of these starts from the last couple of years of having these BlackEyed Susans here. So over here in the garden, I have started some plantings of different things, and you can see there's tons of weeds and the beginning of a raised bed over here. We found all these blocks back in our woods area. You can see there's our kids' tree house and a chicken tractor that we've used, but in the distance over there, previous owners used that space for just kind of, instead of using a trash service, they just put all of their excess materials back there, and we found all of these blocks. So I moved a bunch of them out to the garden this spring, and we're gonna use them here in the garden some. So, hi kitty. Hi there, sweet kitty. It's always nice to have a little garden friend. So, we added the picnic table this year. Last year my husband built that beautiful gate entranceway with the arch for different climbing varieties to grow. And then there's our chicken coop. It's been sitting empty since November when I sold our chickens. That won't be for too much longer, I hope. So here's our garden. And I've done a few things to increase how many different varieties we'll have in here. And it looks like these are crocuses. I found these on a really great sale just a couple weeks ago. The flowers were already done, but I figured I'd add them for next spring. But it looks like somebody's been in here chewing on them. I wonder who was doing that. But I moved a few crazy daisies over here, and I started a few other projects as well. Hey, there's Easton. Did you have a... So over here in this part of the bed, I have planted, these are some irises that will take off here in the next few weeks and get real nice green foliage that'll grow, I don't know, probably maybe 3 feet high here, and get these big beautiful blue blooms on them. And these tulips will have died off by then. And right around that same time, this guy will be coming in a little bit stronger, and so will this. This is a BlackEyed Susan, and those will have some nice summer blooms for the majority of the summer. And I have kind of interplanted the summertime blooms so that once these daffodils and tulips die back, we will have some... What are you doing, kitty? We will have some nice blooms in their place. So my goal is that each place that I plant, we're going to have some colorful spots throughout. Now, I have some phlox that's already in here. I added some last weekend, and then I picked up a few more different varieties this week that I'm going to go ahead and add to this grouping here. I think I've got about 3 different colors here, and my goal is that it's going to just kind of spread over the next couple of years and really make a beautiful, colorful carpet. So I may have to add some to that. And I know that those blooms won't last terribly long in the springtime. So again, we will keep that beautiful green ground cover there, and then we'll add in some other things that will bloom more. And I've got my little drill here. It does a really nice job when I want to get some of these dandelions out. I just give it a couple of good twirls with the drill, and it loosens the dirt, and then I can take those right out very easily like that. Isn't that cool? So I just ordered this drill bit on Amazon, but I did see them at Lowe's over the weekend, that you can just buy them outright to attach to your drill. And it makes planting a whole lot easier for me, and getting some of these weeds out a lot easier too. So we're going to add some of these into the ground here. The next thing I'm going to plant here is called the liatris. It's also known as the blazing star. And I'm going to put it pretty close over here to this phlox so that we have some color over here once the phlox stops its blooms, and it's just a nice little ground cover. So we'll have over in that direction, do you like how I'm pointing here with my drill? Over in that direction we'll have irises, and then BlackEyed Susans. Then up through here it'll all be just green, and then some of this purple from this liatris. And then I haven't quite decided what to do with this center space here. But then down here we have, I'm probably gonna put that larkspur right here where this kitty's digging. And I just planted this lavender, and then we have the white blooms from this crazy daisy. And then I may end up getting some more of that little dianthus so that it's just kind of nice right there on the ground. I don't think it's going to get a whole lot taller than that, but we'll see what it does. So I put those two real close together since they were pretty small. So we'll see how they do that close together. But I've been kind of just taking out some weeds here as I go. And I'm going to go ahead and plant this liatris. Well, here it is after just about an hour and a half of work tonight. We've got some serious progress here. Here's what this row looks like now. After I took the time to weed, I planted each one of these plants. I transplanted some from the other part of the garden, and now the middle part that's empty doesn't have too much that I will need to add. So for those of you that have been doing perennials for a long time, what are your favorites? What should I make sure that I add to my garden this year that's going to continue to come back? I like these bulbs. I like this ground cover, and I'm excited to see what some of these new plants do. I am typically a person that plants annuals. I love, obviously, sunflowers. I plan to have quite a few zinnias that are already started, some snapdragons, but what kinds of perennials? So leave a comment and let me know what you think as far as perennials. I hope you're getting out into your garden and getting things prepped for the spring and summer. And we've got some more things to come this spring and summer with our sunflower acres, and we hope that you join in. Bye.